What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with the CFM Week 12 video. Now, in this video, I am the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the CPU is the Indianapolis Colts. And this matchup was actually played on Thursday night during Thanksgiving, and I was definitely happy that the Steelers won. But obviously, they should have won. They were playing a backup quarterback in Scott Tolzien, and the Indianapolis Colts had so many injuries on offense and on defense, and it got worse throughout the game. And Antonio Brown just exposed Vontae Davis so badly, 3 touchdowns, over 90 yards. Le'Veon Bell had another really good game, over 100 yards rushing, a couple of receptions. That definitely helped. And the Steelers looked like a formidable team. I was actually pretty happy with how we played. I would have liked if our defense played a little better. Obviously, the score showed that Indianapolis only scored 7 points, but it could have easily been 28-21. The Steelers were able to stop Indianapolis on the 1-yard line. T.Y. Hilton dropped a touchdown pass. There were a couple of things that definitely went the Steelers' way, and it definitely could have been worse for the Steelers. So I was definitely not happy with how our defense played, and Scott Tolzien threw for a lot of yards against our defense, which definitely is not good. Our defense definitely showed bend but don't break. The Steelers had the ball at the 1 twice, their own 1-yard line twice to start the game. And the Colts were also able to execute a fake punt, which I'm definitely mad with, because I don't understand why the Steelers didn't just always play conservative, make sure they can't get a fake punt, because it's not like it's really going to change your field position unless you get like an amazing punt return. I feel like you should always be looking out for a fake punt, but that's just my opinion. The Colts definitely played their hearts out, definitely played a hard-fought game, but the Steelers were able to prevail, getting the 28-7 win. And I believe if Big Ben and Le'Veon Bell actually played for like the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, or the last 5 minutes, because they subbed him out or something, and if it was a closer game, the Steelers could have easily scored 35 to 42 points in that game. But what I was really surprised by is that the Colts won the time management battle, and that's definitely not good for the Steelers. They have to win the time of possession battle. They have to win that, especially against a Colts team that doesn't have their normal quarterback. Then it should have been even easier to win the time of possession battle. And the Colts had the ball for a lot of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter. They had a good 11, 12-minute drive. But as I said, they weren't able to get any points off of that because they were stopped at the 1-yard line. So that was definitely nice to see. But I definitely would like to see some more improvement, especially for the upcoming week. And I'm actually going to talk about next week's game, because this past week's game, there's not really too much to say. They weren't really against a good team. Next week, they're playing a really good team in the New York Giants. Now, coming into this year, I was very happy that we played the NFC East, but now I'm kind of mad because the NFC East is actually looking like a good division. They're not looking like the NFC least. All the teams in their division definitely aren't any easy wins. And then we also play New England's division, which is also a pretty hard division. So the Steelers' schedule this year definitely wasn't one of the easiest. But the Giants are a very good team. And next week, week 13, they play the Giants, and I feel like they will be able to win that game. I think they'll win somewhere along the lines of 24-21. I think it's definitely going to be a very close game. But I do think the Steelers will be able to get the victory. It's definitely a must-needed win, and I'm pretty sure it's in Pittsburgh. If not, yeah, it's in Pittsburgh, because you play 2 games we already played our 2 games in Washington's division in their house. We played Dallas and Washington. So that means we play Philadelphia and New York at our house. I think that's what it means. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure we play the Giants, and we're the home team. But anyway, I think it's definitely going to be a great game. OBJ is definitely going to have a big game, especially against Steelers' putrid secondary. But I do think the Steelers will be able to get the win because of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown and Big Ben. They all have to have big games. I think Le'Veon Bell is going to have over 150 yards rushing, over 40 yards receiving, and I think he's going to get a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. He's probably going to get 5 or 6 receptions also. I think AB is going to have a big game, 8 or 9 receptions, 130 plus yards, and I think Big Ben's going to have over 350 yards passing, no ints, 2 or 3 touchdown passes. I think AB will also get a receiving touchdown. It's definitely going to be a huge game. I definitely want to see Big Ben throwing more to Ladarius Green. We saw that a lot last week. That's definitely going to be big because Big Ben is definitely known for throwing to his tight ends, as shown in Heath Miller. And it's definitely going to be big to see how he connects with Ladarius Green. I also want to see how the Steelers' defense is going to be able to do in stopping a huge wide receiver like OBJ. Now, in the AFC, the Steelers don't play too many big wide receivers. You know, the big wide receiver names, Julio Jones, OBJ, Dez Bryant. Those are all in the NFC. I could go on and on. Great wide receivers that are in the NFC. Larry Fitzgerald also you could put in that conversation. And the AFC doesn't really have too many great wide receivers, so the Steelers don't fully have to worry about that. But I still want to see how they're able to do against a primarily pass team because the Giants aren't really known for their rushing. They don't rush a lot, and they're really going to have to force Eli Manning to throw a lot of turnovers and give the ball to the Steelers and make the Steelers' field position very short. Even though they don't need a short field, that always helps the offense. The Steelers are also going to have very big special teams. Everything's going to need to be clicking. But the Giants, you know, they're not one of the best teams in the league, so I'm not too scared. And especially since the Ravens are right now they're second in our division after the Steelers won. The Ravens are definitely not looking too scary. They're a half game behind us. If they lose to Cincinnati, that's going to be huge. I do predict they're going to lose to Cincinnati, actually. And I think Cincinnati and A.J. Green are going to be too much for Baltimore to handle. I have them, Cincinnati winning somewhere along the lines of 28-24. That's getting a little off track. I'm definitely excited for this upcoming week. Not too surprised by this past week's score, and I do actually beat the Colts. The Colts in CFM were actually coming in at 8-2. I'm 9-1. I'm improved to 10-1, and I'm definitely excited for next week's matchup. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, write a comment down below on what you would like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace.